Let's do this. Time to rumble, guys. It is Wednesday. That means Majorly Bearded, 9 p.m. Eastern. My name is DanCBearded. I learned today that I use myself improperly. A buddy of mine corrected me and said that you keep using myself wrong. And I still don't know the right way to use it, but I'm gonna try my best. So we got the mayor and myself, which I guess is not the right way to say it. But Mayor, how you doing?
I don't know about using myself, but I think it's time that we lose myself. I lose myself, right? In the moment. Never let it go. You only got one shot. Do not.
Mom spaghetti.
I don't know where that comes from. I think that's original Mayor. I've never heard that anywhere else.
Love it. Love it. And of course, let's address the elephant in the room. Mayor, where are you?
I wanted to share this place with you guys. This is like lake view. You're looking out on the lake. You've got the best view in the place. This is my up north place, and it's very special to me. Just like this place, Majorly Bearded, is also very special to me. So I'm like, I'm hitting, you know, lucky charm on my life slot machine right now.
Everything's coming together. Yes. And another one, and I'm sure we'll talk about this a few times through tonight, but a lot of people have seen the news and the updates of flooding in Michigan. They had 2 dams that burst, and the mayor and myself, we are both safe. We are both fine. It is about an hour north of where we live normally, and it's now the mayor is north and above that, and I'll let him talk about that in a second here. But it is close to my parents, where my parents live. It's actually in the city where my parents go grocery shopping. They live in a really small town that doesn't have a grocery store. So when they go grocery shopping, they go in Midland, Michigan, which is where the dams broke and everything. And the Sanford Dam is really close to them. Half of my parents' city, which is actually the city where NF, one of my favorite rappers, is from, half of their city had to be evacuated. They are doing an extension on their house right now, and the person that's doing the extension had to be evacuated. So the guy that has been working over at their place every day. So my parents are fine. Their yard, it looks like a pool. they don't see grass. They've had to put like towels in their doorways, preventing the water from coming in. But so far, no damage. They don't have any basements up there or anything because they're right on the lake. So all safe, all good up there. I've seen a lot of good in humanity, like we do oftentimes. But people started a Facebook like relief, and they were like, "Hey, we have housing. We can house 10 people. We have clothes for boys. We have clothes for girls. We can house your pets. We got pet food. We have this." There was an amazing amount of support for everyone that went up there. But it is crazy, and Maris got to see some of the aftermath through pictures, but also driving up north today. So, Mayor, what's your take on the Michigan situation?
My take is, and I kind of never knew this, but water, don't mess with water. Water is so powerful. Our drive was a little bit, maybe 40 minutes longer than normal going around kind of that area. In fact, the road we take is, it's got chunks that fell into one of that Sanford Lake. So it is, I maybe sound ignorant, but as I drive, I'm like, where is all this water coming from?
Yeah.
It's sitting in every field. It's sitting in every front yard. Like you said, every low lying area. Wow. And devastating in places, and people, through no fault of their own, are kind of facing this epic problem on top of an epic problem.
Yep. And right, it's like a state of emergency within a state of emergency is what you said earlier, and it's true. Our rain has been crazy. We were scheduled to have our deck remodeled starting on Monday, and that was pushed back because the last job was pushed back, and they haven't started yet. So I'm hoping tomorrow. They said tomorrow or Friday they're going to come for the teardown. So, man, the rain has just been nuts. I was able to get out and mow my lawn today, so that was nice because holy cannoli did the lawn grow like crazy with this rain the last few days.
Yeah, mine looks crazy because I got into some spots where so wet that the tractor was kind of digging in, and I had to kind of just go around and just do the best I could in the higher areas.
Yep, I agree. How is it looking up by the lake up there by you guys? Is the water level high? Do you see big puddles in the yards and stuff?
The water level is high this year on this lake. It's damp, but it isn't ridiculous. I'd say it's a damp spring, but it's not much more than that up here. Obviously coming up though through the mid-Michigan, that's another story.
Right. And no, so Sam, if you guys follow my Instagram or Facebook, Sam has been unreal with the woodworking. She's made 4 Adirondack chairs. She made a couch for our deck. She made a table for our deck. She's just crazy. And no, she is not doing our deck. That we had to put in a foundation for it. We're actually making our deck bigger. And that, for me, at least, that's where I kind of draw the line and say that I'm going to leave that to the professionals because they had to get permits. They had to go down so far and everything. If it was just the boards, we might have tried to dabble with it ourselves, but sometimes you realize the time and effort versus expertise and tools. It's sometimes worth it just to pay somebody to do that. And you're going to have a good job. You're going to have a warranty with them. So nope, we are not doing the deck ourselves. This is something we've been saving for a very, very long time. From the day we moved in, we had a really, really crappy deck. So we wanted to redo the deck, and it is finally time. And if you guys are new here, this is Wednesday night, Mayjorly Bearded. Let me give you a quick rundown. Wednesday, first thing is it's very conversational. If you guys are used to Monday nights, Monday, I'll pat myself on the back. I was killing the questions. People were it's turned into like a question stream. Everybody was giving me amazing questions, and we were just bam, here, picking them out, throwing boom, 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 and really getting involved with the chat. Wednesdays, we try to get you guys involved as much as you can. A lot of you know each other and already talking. Somebody's like, hey, Sonny, how you doing? Oh, I'm living, man, doing good. And Grant, you got any donuts left? Like, you guys know each other mainly from our Facebook group. But a lot of this is the mayor and I talking, telling stories. So please, if we miss a question, it's not intentional. We are not ignoring you. It's just the flow of Wednesdays. And what are the other 2 main things we do on Wednesdays, Mayor?
Well, we eat beef jerky. And fortunately, we got our streak continued. We drink Mountain Dew.
Yeah, well, tell the people about the scare story there that you gave me, a little heart attack.
Well, in upper Michigan, northern Michigan, things don't stay open very late. It was about 7:50, 7:45, and whatever made me remember Mountain Dew. I didn't have any. There's, my in-laws are very healthy people. They don't keep any pop in the house, so there's no chance there's going to be any Mountain Dew. So I had to make a run. And the first place I went I closed at 6, so I had to go a little further into town. But I found it. We're okay. The streak continues. We're good.
Good. Our jerky tonight, guys, is brought to you by Vinny G in the chat. So a huge shout out to Vinny G. He said, I'm not doing this for the shout out. I don't need to get acknowledged, but we definitely want to say thank you. He has this with him as well. So he's going to be trying it when we try it. And this is the, how do you think you pronounce that? Baki Brothers?
Baki. That's right.
Baki Brothers jerky. And this is out of Hubbard, Oregon, which is pretty cool. And this is a Carolina Reaper pepper jerky. So I don't know how hot it's going to be. I have no idea. I've had Carolina Reaper that was nothing. And I've had Carolina Reaper that was, yeah.
But we open our minds, and let's say it's not the hottest thing we ever had. It can still be delicious because that Reaper does have a good taste to it.
And that's what I'm hoping for. I hope it falls into that pocket of delicious with some heat to it, but not the Ring of Fire. We don't want Johnny Cash tonight.
We don't need that.
And Phil asked a good question. He said, Sam C. Woodworking future YouTube channel. Yes, we definitely want to do a woodworking channel for Sam in the future, but it will be many years in the future. The main reason why is we truly do not have enough hours in the day. We manage the heck out of our time for me to be able to put in what I have right now to the channel. If we tried to add another channel, there's no way we'd be able to do that without the Beard channel suffering. And I am not at a place right now where I feel comfortable taking the gas off the Beard channel. So in the future, yes, 100%. We have several channels we want to do. I want to do a history channel. I want to do a beef jerky review channel. And then we want to do a Sam C woodworking channel. So that's the plan in the future. But truly, I don't just have enough hours in the day. And Monday, of course, I don't want to spend a bunch of time on this tonight, but it was eventful. It was history. If you guys were in the stream, we had an amazing stream. We had Fable on there. It was truly a wonderful time. We didn't talk about anything bad at all. And the channel got taken down, or the stream got taken down. It was flagged by somebody or multiple people, most likely. And when YouTube brought a person in, they actually brought somebody into the stream. And when they watched it, it was we were giving away products that had CBD in it. The person panicked. They dropped the stream, not knowing that CBD is perfectly fine. It doesn't violate any YouTube guidelines, but they took down the video, said that it was inappropriate content. I appealed it. They went back, watched the stream, reviewed it, and they apologized and said, we messed up. Somebody had too quick of a trigger finger and pulled the stream down. Here's your stream back again. And so it was good to go, but it was pretty crazy when I had, I don't know, close to 200 people in there, and it not only dropped the stream, it sent everybody a message that I violated the YouTube terms of agreement. And it was I came back. I thought it was fun. We had a good time. It was entertaining. It was crazy. We made history. We made the best out of it. So were you in there at that time, Mayor, or were you in bed?
No. I also the Facebook, the group just blew up. I'm like, what's going on? So I went back and kind of watched the replay. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was wild. It was fun though. I'll take it, man. I said I gained some street cred, so it was good to go. It was too funny. And a quick update too. I've had a bunch of people asking me today, and they know that I'm buddies with Scuba, and they're like, "Hey man, Scuba, all right? He hasn't posted a video in like a month." Scuba's doing great, guys. I talked to him today for a long time actually. He purchased a house, so he bought a house, and he is renovating the whole house. So he has no time. He's truly gotten all new appliances. He's doing painting. He's doing everything he can on the house, and he's putting it all into there. So Scuba's doing fine, guys. No issues with Scuba. He doesn't have any problems. He got out of his mom's basement, so that is a good thing. Dan bearded and booted. So true. Mayor, how often do you trim?
How often do I trim? I much more during when I'm actively like going to school and work. I don't think I've touched it since last week, but typically it just depends on what you're looking at. I'm kind of like in a maintenance mode right now. If I see something that's bothering me, I'll do half of what I think I should instead of all of what I think I should, because then that can be
dangerous.
Yeah, if the moisture's, I've really noticed. Just as those, this is my first kind of spring with a beard, and as the humidity kind of picks up on some days, it can really fool you into what you think might be a necessary trim. The next day it looks fine, and had I trimmed it, it might have been thin in certain areas.
Awesome. So just you got it where you like it, and you're just trying to keep it there
for now. Yep.
Okay. All right. Cool. And thanks for everybody coming in tonight. I see a bunch of good friends here. My buddy Michael, or Andrew, sorry, Michael. Mac Beard, I don't usually see you on Wednesdays, man. So it's a pleasure having you here, and all the guys. So thank you, everyone that said hello, everyone that's hanging out. We'll get to some questions and stuff in a little bit here. Mayor, have you tried Bearded Mac?
I think I have. I think I do have an oil. I can't recall which one I do. But
okay. I can't remember. I can't remember if I snagged you one or not. But if not, I will make sure you do in the near future. Really, really good stuff. So guys, we have our water, we have our Mountain Dew, and we have our jerky. Question for you guys: what are you drinking tonight, and what are you chewing on and eating tonight? What is your beverage of choice and your snack of choice? And welcome on in, everybody. Hello, Ben, Phil, Bill. I bet we got a Will in here somewhere. Odds would say. We do got a Will. He just posted. That's crazy. Look at that. Ben, Phil, Will, Bill. That's hilarious.
That is crazy.
Yeah. All right. And we got Adam in here, Everett in here, tons of guys. And while you guys are giving your answers, you can look at what everybody's typing. I do have it scrolling on the bottom here. If you are looking for a safe place, a positive place, like-minded guys that are talking about beards and redoing their house and checking in on each other, making sure everybody's healthy, our families are good. The mayor and myself started a Facebook group, and it is called Commands Corner, Our Bearded Community. And there's a link in the description. It's a really good place. I always say it's not for everybody. We have people that leave all the time. We have people that are big supporters of the channel, and they said, hey, man, it's just not quite for me, and that's fine. But we're at like 2.3 thousand members right now, and we have some really amazing things that are going on. Mayor, you want to tell them about some of what you would consider the unique features or attributes of the group?
Yeah, we do a random topic. Dan will post a question or a topic each day. We talk about that. It's kind of cool. I know for me, I always check in just to see every morning. It's one of the first things I look to see is what's the question? Do I have something to share with it? What are people saying? What way is it going? We do, we really have just, I think if you're new to this beard journey, you're starting it or whatever, you want a place where you're going to get the support you need to keep moving. You've got it. I think yesterday we had a post. It was just somebody, it was kind of bad mouthing somebody's beard and kind of connected it right to being lazy or disheveled or not even trying. And it was like the opposite. Like he was proud of his beard. And it was awesome to just like within 10 minutes, there were 10 to 15 comments supporting, like, I've been through that. I hear it, forget it, shake it off, that kind of thing. That's one of the biggest attributes with the group, just that support, that group, that brotherhood.
Yep. And it's Facebook, for whatever reason, is drawn to like weird arguing and posting of articles and negative things. Our group has very structured rules, so those things don't happen. And it's really, really, really amazing to see good people and see everything going on. So appreciate all of you guys. We have some amazing people in here. Sonny's in here who cracks me up with his videos. He is hilarious. He like plays it off like it's serious. And then you're like, wait, is he sitting on a toilet? Like that's where his picture is, on a toilet. So man, he is too funny there. Michael says, guys, hit the like button. All the cool kids are doing it. Not trying to use peer pressure, but and thank you guys. Mike B says, I'm thankful for the Facebook group. The support and positivity is really refreshing. And I think refreshing is one of the best words for it. You just get there and you're like, my people, like-minded guys and girls.
Absolutely. It is an oasis, I think, in the Facebook desert, maybe sometimes.
I agree. Is Star Wars welcome? No, they can stay out. We do have a screening process for our private group. All right, Mayor, shall we?
We shall.
All right, guys, hold up your drinks here. Cheers, everybody. Make that beautiful sound. Oh yeah. I've been waiting for this.
Oh, this might be a shaker.
Gotta love a shaker. What's up, Devin?
I'm okay.
All right, so we'll get into all the beard questions. We'll have some stories from the week. The mayor apparently has a good story for us. His wife, amazing wife, may I say, Betsy, said he's got a story, and we'll be able to talk about the moderator meetup at your house and all that stuff. So we got some really good stuff going on. I know, Devin. All right. Now, the mayor was smart and opened it up before stream. Oh, and by the way, guys, I know you see my shirt here, right? And it's like, oh, that's a cool shirt. But then you look at it. Oh, bam. You didn't realize my beard's so big, I'm hiding a donkey under there. I do have, first off, before we get into this, what do you guys have in beard? Beard oil for me, I have in 7 Potions Woodland Harmony. And then just before the stream, I put in ZZZ beard butter from the Broke Donkey.
And I saw in here, someone asked, just what's my routine when I go, if I go on vacation or come up here. I have a butter. I have a butter and a couple oils, and I bring my good scissors in case there's a trim, but I don't bring the clippers along. And I just kind of go bare basics minimum. I'll be honest, I debated bringing a wash up today. I did.
How long are you up?
Till Sunday. So I could have had a beard wash, but I can also I have a bar of pine tar. I could do like a good cleansing rinse. So for me right now, butter in is Leland. I used Orchard Lake earlier this morning, and I have been expanding a little bit. I used Corner Pocket. Corner Pocket. That's Dan. How
Ruddy
many
Man.
on that? Who's that? Rugged
Ruddy Man. It was
Ruddy
actually a
Yeah.
collaboration of a buddy of mine. His name's Jody W. He's sometimes comes in here. If you guys know Jody W, tell him we're talking about him right now.
Yeah. I liked it. I like it a lot.
Nice, nice. Chad asks, what is everybody's thoughts on beard guys? Chad, I can speak for most people. Some of the worst products you could ever buy. They're really, really bad. They have mislead. Anytime you see a company advertise an ingredient called Grotein, you probably run the other way. What's up, Joe? Okay. So if this is not crazy hot, my plan is to consume this whole thing because it looks amazing.
It does look amazing.
How's it smell to you? What's the heat? What's the gut say about the smell?
Let me take
it. Open it. So I know you didn't try it.
I think it's going to be. I think what's going to be the story of this. It smells like really good cut of meat, like a really meaty. I don't get the crazy Reaper heat. That makes me afraid of it, which is good, I guess, in a way. What about you? What do you think?
I'm with you there. The look is a little intimidating.
Yeah, agree.
So I don't know. I'm not sure on this one. I'm hoping it's right in that sweet pocket there. Vinny G, make sure you got it ready to eat with us. So, Mayor, you want to show the jerky real quick what it is? Yeah. Mike B is asking.
This is our first. Look at these guys. Look at those great beards. Did you see that? Baki Brothers brand, and they both are rocking out good thick beards.
Yeah, that is cool. You noticed that before I even did. And a couple questions. Dad Beard says, Dan, I really like that hat. What brand is it? All right, you guys ready? This hat is super sick. Buffalo. This shows you how big my head is. I'm down to one clip. The mullet pushes it out a little bit more. So it's got a little buffalo on there. Looks tough. Looks nice. This hat is from the store that I like to call Walmart, and it was $5.
Wow.
So, yeah, baby. $5 Walmart. We were walking through Walmart, saw it on the end cap. I was like, oh, I like buffaloes. So I snagged the hat, and it's a good find for $5. $5 there. And then somebody else had a really good question before we dig into this jerky here. Where did it go? Okay. Sam. Hello, Sam. He's been newer to the channel. Welcome, my friend. He said, what's the minimum amount of beard products that you should pack when traveling for a week out of town? Minimum would be 1 bottle of beard oil. That's all you really need. If you're gone for a week, you don't need anything else other than that. And you can 100% get away with putting in beard oil in the morning, putting in some beard oil at night. You will be fine. In a perfect world, a minimalist perfect world, I would say a bottle of beard oil, a wash, and a beard butter. That would be the ideal world there, but it's up Buffalo Todd. You see that?
Oh,
Buffalo Todd said a buffalo hat. I need one. Yeah, Buffalo Todd. I don't know if they still have them, but $5 for the hat. Oh yeah, Brian Carter here. Have you been following this on? Yeah, go ahead and break it down, Mayor.
Brian is one of our Facebook active guys.
Very active.
Just mentioned that he was having a fever, but it wasn't high enough, and it was a concern of cost and go and get the COVID testing. And then I think yesterday morning it started just jumping, and he was up over 100 on 101, something like that. So he went and got it, and we're kind of waiting to see what happens as far as results. The thing is, we all are in a spot where, regardless of what the results are, I guess it just means more isolation for him if he's positive for that. And we hope that's all the farther it goes. Agreed.
My mixtape, I'm working on the mixtape. I got the new mic. I'll put some tracks down now that I got the street cred up. Yeah, we got DJ Tweets, aka Barnes and Wood. We got a bunch of nicknames. What's up, Bearded Life? Did an awesome stream on Sunday. Raised almost $5,000 for charity for Joe. You want to give the charity there, but it's for children's tumor charity, and they're helping out Children's Tumor Fund, but it's also for people that suffered from children's tumors. Like Joe himself has had several brain surgeries throughout his life, and it can impact his job and where he can work, when he can work. So they're helping out people during this time because of that. So really cool. Yeah, the community came together in a great way. Almost $5,000 was raised, and It was awesome. I posted about it all week, blowing it up, letting people know. Yeah, the Children's Tumor Foundation.
You know, I didn't know. I don't know. Following up a charity with this statement, but you know what I thought when I heard like they pulled down your live stream? I was like, Silky finally did it. He pushed it too far. You know, what did that guy do? It wasn't a matter of if, but when. You know, so I wanted to go see. That was my initial thinking. Is that guy? He came in and he ruined. You know, he just takes it too far sometimes.
Yeah. So I got pulled down myself, but Silky was out there and swears he had nothing to do with it. I believe him, good friend of mine, but I didn't let him come in. I didn't want to try to push the envelope too far after that. I didn't think that they could handle that.
Smart.
Yeah. All right. I'm ready for this. I'm going to dig in and give it a first try here, and you can talk about this. You can talk about anything you'd like.
So this is Dan and I have been going through getting information on what our school year looks like next. And I don't know, I hit him with the story, but so one of the things that's happened with missing this end of the school year is that they've had to rework like how health is being taught, because the law requires that so much health is taught, and then certain things. Well, the fifth graders, incoming sixth graders, are going to need to get taught like 4 days of health, just boys and just girls, and split up. And so my kid is coming in as a sixth grader, and his dad is going to be his health teacher in middle school. 4 days. Oh my gosh, it's mean, isn't it?
It's hot.
Oh no. Oh no.
I have not done anything hot since the Death Nut Challenge. So my tolerance has been at an all-time low. For me, it's hot. All right. I think I'll be all right, but I did get I did get some heat there. I got the heat hiccups. It's hotter than I thought it was going to be.
Oh boy. Yep.
That's hot. Oh.
I'm kind of having
Auto says I'll let you get your thoughts on there, that our district's already cutting budgets. So there's a lot of talk. I would say the biggest thing is we don't know what's going to happen until federal government gets involved, and we don't talk government stuff here, but I would say have a positive outlook. I think everything's going to be good and be all right. The mayor and myself have been assured we have our jobs again next year, so that is a good thing. Our jobs are not going to look exactly the same as they were, but we will have our jobs. What'd you just put in secondly? Okay, some turkey jerky.
Man, I'm having flashes, a little trauma, post-traumatic stress from.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's hot. Vinny said it was a 6. I'm going an 8.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
The flavor's great.
I should go a little smaller, maybe.
Man, I should have not trained, but I guess kept a little bit more consistency there. Vinny G, update us with your thoughts. You really think it's a 6? Vinny's a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did get red. Oh, man. All right, I got to get rid of these hiccups. Oh. Mayor, have you had the Reaper from Beef Octane? I have not, because I have celiac and it has gluten in it.
I have. I tried it on when we introduced it. It's awesome. It's amazing. Very similar to this.
Okay, similar heat level?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I think if I
you gotta give me an update. This stuff's hot. There's no way I'm eating this whole thing tonight. Not even sweating, love the flavor. Oh, man, Vinny G is a man.
Absolutely. We're out of heat shape. That's okay.
Yeah. And we've been to the top of the mountain, right? There's not much above the Death Nut 2.0. We've been there. We've proven. We've put in the work. But
did you hear what I said?
No.
Owen, his dad's going to be his health teacher.
Why? How?
because we have to by law cover it. So, and I'm trained for it. So we're gonna have to do some coverage, and Owen and his buddies are gonna have to be in for 4 days with their dad. Can you guys imagine that?
Wait, what? Why?
Because they didn't get it at the end of 5th grade.
So you're teaching it?
Yeah, we're gonna do like this hodgepodge thing, and I'm gonna come down for 4 days. Somebody's gonna cover my class to all the 6th grade boys.
They learn it in 5th grade?
Mm-hmm. But some didn't get it in time.
Wow. That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, I told him about it. He was pretty cool, but I don't think in reality it's going to be that great having your dad up there.
Well, 5th grade's got to be a little bit different than the 7th grade one, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm already debating the lesson where I bring him up front of the classroom and talk about him as the product of the process, and I highlight him,
like his growth since you've seen him as a young baby, and
maybe take some pictures of him and like circle part. I don't know. There's a lot of time to get it right.
Wow,
devastating. I don't know.
Wow. All right, Mayor, I'm going to dig into another bite here. I got a challenge for you. I want you to describe life where we live in Michigan, and then describe what life is like in northern Michigan where you're at right now, because I don't think a lot of people get to see the juxtaposition. Ooh, yeah, baby. Take that, using the word myself wrong. The juxtaposition of southern Michigan compared to Kid Rock, northern Michigan. Describe it to somebody where we live and then what it's like up there.
So, where we live is, I think, suburbia, where we pretty much have our choice of 20 places to eat within 5 minutes of our home, restaurants, gas stations, fairly affluent without being crazy. My subdivision has a huge, like, there's just so many houses and roads and streets, so lots living in there. It is, pretty much drive everywhere you go. That suburban America, Midwest, and then northern Michigan. For me, it starts. We have a bridge called the Zilwaukee Bridge. As soon as you get over the Zilwaukee Bridge, I think you're up north technically. And what I would say about northern Michigan is the air is pure. Like, it's just like our little heaven. Like our little getaway. There's a swan hanging out in the sunset behind me on the lake. But it's more than that. It's being able to it's being able to lay on a dock in the summer and look up at the stars and have get gut punched with how big space is, and having seeing the aurora borealis once in a while, seeing those things. It's stepping on a frog as you're walking out to go do that, because it's there. It accidentally, it's a little bit slower pace up here. Your contractors, things like that. You're going to add some time and to get things done. But it is just very special, and it just like a zen, like a place where you can go. And I think a lot of people have that. A lot of states have places that they go, mountain, Pocono, whatever it is, where it's like your escape. It's your getaway without being too far.
Yeah, I think the best part you said is that it slows down. Life is just slower up there.
Yep, and that's okay. And that's good.
Joshua says Dan, your beard is epic. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Sonny, oh, sorry, clicked the wrong one here. Oh yeah. How many inches of rain did your parents? I don't know. Do you have any idea how much northern Michigan got, Mayor?
Inches of rain?
Yeah.
No. I don't know numbers. A lot. A whole lot.
Yeah, I couldn't even give you a guess. I have no idea. Vinny G. Okay, he gave us an update. Now my wife says it resembles battery acid, but she didn't know it was Reaper jerky. Yeah. Because we've been busted before. What was the one? Snake bite?
Snake bite. Yeah, I thought about. That's where I went for my first check for Mountain Dew, and they were closed already. I was gonna, we were fired up. We had a little word of mouth on it, and we were let down.
Yeah, that was we were fired up that it was gonna be really hot, and it wasn't. So I think I had my mental space wrong for this one. I thought I was going in thinking it wasn't that hot. It's hot.
Oh yeah. I'm I was totally wrong. I kind of had a calmer thought of it. This is going to be some, hey, want to try this, but we should have known looking at all the seeds, it's no joke.
A ton.
I feel like it doesn't have like a powder. Like some of the hot ones have like a powder, like a carrot, like they must powdered pepper or something. And it doesn't really have that. So it doesn't give that off. It's just straight up beef and Carolina Reaper.
Yeah, I know exactly like you're talking about. The other ones definitely looked like they're like coated in seasoning. And this one doesn't have that one. It's just really good cut of meat with some really hot stuff going on. So it's delicious. I really like it, especially as my tongue calms down. I love that feeling. Justin S., I feel like these guys are always getting brought up, but it's on their own doing. What's up with Beard Struggle? So Beard Struggle, I've said time and time again, will come nowhere near my face. The main reason is they have really questionable tactics. My personal interactions with them have been awful, some of the worst of all time. But they have right now over 1,200 ambassadors for their company. Well, the issue with that is you have 1,200 people that are relentlessly posting about your company. So everybody is seeing the Beard Struggle posts from 1,200 different people. So yeah, they do. It's I don't think it's a good look. They see it all over the place. There's a company that I like and support. They've done some things that have rubbed me a little bit wrong recently, and it was is Live Bearded. And one of the and I love their products. I think they're really trying to do great things, but one of their knocks is people say, I hate their advertisements. They're everywhere. They're spam. They're gimmicky. And it's like, yeah, there's a fine line of getting your name out there, but then pushing people.
So if you're struggling to avoid Beard Struggle advertisements, join Command's Corner on Facebook.
Yeah, there will be none. Promise you that. Bearded John asked me about scuba. I actually talked about this earlier. He's doing fine. I literally talked to him today for about 20 minutes, and he bought a new house and he's renovating his house. So he's just two really, really, really big ones. Mikey, nope, that was another company. I don't even remember the name of that company, to be honest. They messaged me on Instagram and it was so absurd. I didn't even that company was some barbershop that was starting their own beard one. So yeah, I couldn't even tell you that one. Did you hear that story? Was that on Mayjorly?
I don't think so.
Some guy messaged me on Instagram from like a barbershop, but starting beard product company. And he was like, started talking nice and stuff. And he was like, hey, I watched one of your videos. Great job. And I'm like, cool. He was like, but your beard's a little bit light. Do you know that means you're dehydrated and you have all these dry patches amongst your beard, and those blonde hairs are actually just dead, dying hairs? And I got a formula that will bring your beard back, and blah, blah, blah. It was such an insulting string of messages. It was so crazy. All right, man, we got a request.
You can see the sneak peek of the cabin on Sunset? Sure. And if you guys are quiet, you might hear the frogs too. So I'm going to get out of the way for a second.
Whoa. That looks like a pitcher.
Yeah, we're very blessed.
All right, hold it there. Wow. With the trees.
Yeah.
They're freaking out, man.
It's pretty nice. We're very fortunate. I'm coming back in to ruin your view, guys. Ah.
Wow, that was beautiful.
It's a perfect night. I rolled the dice on a lot of things with this. Later into the summer, it's going to be too loud on the lake, even late. You're going to have boats coming by. You're going to have people in campfires next door, whatever. But a Wednesday night, I've never been up here at this time, but I can do my job as well right here from here as I can from anywhere right now. So we're like, let's get out of our house a little bit. And if we have this opportunity.
Yeah. Epic Beard said, I thought it was a green screen. It did look fake at first. It is absolutely crazy that that is the view that you have.
Yeah.
And his company is from a state to the south of us, so they probably don't have views like that down there. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, Mayor, Friday, we had a beard moderator meetup. It was at your house. It was the mayor and myself. And again, I used that improperly, but I'm going to make like a point to do that. Tim, Joel, Doug, and Jake, we all hung out. And how'd it go? What'd you think? What'd we do? Like, everyone wants to like get a vision into the window of that. Tell everybody about it. What happened?
Well, first of all, we respected all the distance stuff. We all sat 6 feet apart. My house was uniquely nice for it because whether it had rained or not, I've got like my garage is actually flipped in my house, so we have a bunch of pavement behind our house. So we sat back there, spread out, and we put a good 4 or 5 hours into just catching up. Dan kind of hooked us up with what many of you would blow your mind, a sack of products each, a literal sack with our names on it, and it was awesome. We just talked, and I don't know, Dan, do you feel like the time just like went like that, and all of a sudden it was like 12:30 or whatever?
I was just gonna say, we looked at the clock and it was 12:30. What time did we start? 9? 8.
8. Yeah.
So we went from 8 to 12:30 and just talked.
And I if you guys are hurting right now, I encourage you to do the same. Get a couple, but just give yourself distance. The weather's turning, outside and all that, and we just kind of just chill. You need. I was talking to Betsy. She had some friends over too. You'll be surprised how you'll be a little out of practice from social conversation and how you kind of miss it big time. Like it's one thing to text and talk to people, but to get face-to-face reactions and have a joint laughter. Oh my gosh, joint laughter, like hugely important for I think our spirit or soul or whatever.
Yeah, I know. It was a great time just to see everybody, just to hang out. We're gonna do many more of those. This heat's throwing me off. It's hot.
I will say one other thing about my location here too is I have to thank my in-laws and the designer of this porch, because I do have a light on so you guys can see me. And if this porch, it actually has screening underneath the deck. This is all screened in, because otherwise I can hear the bugs like hitting the screen. Is that the mayor? Let's get him. I don't know if they know my name or if that what it translates into in bug talk, but I'm sure they're fired up because I'm hearing them, coming after me. But fortunately, even underneath the deck is screened in, which is it's a baller move.
Oh, that's great.
Except when you drop board game pieces between the slots, and then you get to look at it forever.
No chance of getting them.
I mean, you'd have to cut the screen underneath. So I think there's like a shoe, a couple, the ace of clubs, a couple other things underneath there that you just look up because the grill's down below.
The what?
The ace of clubs, like a card, like a card from a deck. Just a few things.
Okay. All right. And what's the lake like there? Is it all sport lake, pretty big lake, small?
4,000 acres. It's pretty big. Yeah.
Okay.
The peninsula out here. I don't know if you guys can. I don't know how well you can see it. I mean, should I do this, Dan? You think I can show you like a little bit? Let's see. So if you look straight out, I don't know if you guys can see that there's a red flashing light that's across the lake, and that's where the music camp Interlaken is, and that's their IPR radio station. And there's a peninsula. So it's about 4,000. It's just deep enough to have lake trout, which is pretty cool. Never caught.
Nice.
That's usually about 100 feet. It's like 110, 115 feet.
That's a big lake. Yeah. And I'm definitely, this stuff is hot, but I can't stop eating. I get into that weird vicious cycle where I'm addicted to the heat.
All of a sudden it's back in there. Yep.
Yeah, but it doesn't help for me talking.
No.
It always hurts the conversational flow and everything. And it gives me a little bit of mustache sweat.
That's a good sign, though.
Yeah, it is delicious. Vinny G, thank you so much, man. Thank you.
I have not tried the pina colada from Black Rebel yet, but sounds awesome.
I don't think anybody has. I think I'm the only human that has it other than the owner. So yeah, it's the one that will be the June scent. I love Black Rebel, and it is my favorite one. And yeah, that's a risk. So Kevin brings up a good question. So it's emu oil, and it's $30. And if you don't like the scent, man, I can't wear a product that I don't like the scent. So no matter how good the carrier base is, but if you don't like the scent, man, that's tough. And I will say though, if you like pina colada, if you like grapefruit, it is amazing, absolutely amazing. One of my favorites, and you've experienced. I gave you some emu oil, right?
Yeah.
I have on that as compared to other beard oils and anything with that.
Well, I was going to ask you too. I noticed with the Black Rebel that I have, it has a real good, I'd say, life in the beard. Like it stays longer, and I don't know if
100%.
The oil or what, but that's where your commitment with your pina colada is. Wearing one of those scents, you really have to like it because you're gonna smell it again later in the day as you go about your business.
Yes, 100%.
I like that. And I like emu oil. I really do.
Me too. It feels really good. Maximus says, "Can you cook with emu oil?" I don't know. That's a good question. I would assume so. Most carrier oils you can cook with, right? We cook with olive oil and grapeseed oil, depending on if we want a hot sear, you go with something lighter like grapeseed oil, or if you want like veggies, you go with olive oil. And Vinny G's right here. So you want to put this out there. The jerky was shipped fast, and it was free shipping here. And this is BAKKE Brothers brand. Baki Brothers brand jerky, guys. Free shipping. So if you want to check it out, if you want to dabble with some hot jerky, but not ruin your night, not ruin the next day, this is perfect. It's definitely got some heat. Adam K in here would feel this.
Super respectable jerky. Good all around. I'm going to pace myself on it so I don't hiccup through everything because, one of us has to be able to talk a little bit here.
Right. What are you talking about, my? And Steve would be able to handle it too. So it is coconut oil too. Yeah. Most carriers you can cook with. Emu oil is a bird fat. So I don't know. I mean, we cook with bacon grease.
If you're cooking emu, you're going to get some emu oil in it. I don't know. I'm sure that.
Oh, mate, that's where emu oil comes from. It's a byproduct of the emu meat market. So when it's not like they kill the bird for the oil, they are killing the bird for the meat, and then they extract the oil as a, this is it right here. They extract the oil as a byproduct. So speaking of Black Rebel, have you smelled the Super Scout? I have not. I don't think I've heard of that one. So nope, I have not done that one. Emu oil comes from cows. Could be. I heard something that blew my mind the other day. I got a buddy who's big into hunting, and he is in the military, and he was stationed in Alaska this last year, and he went hunting for sandhill cranes, which I love. I think they're beautiful birds, and he said that they are called like the fillet of the sky, that their meat is supposed to be like the most amazing filet mignon of all time, and it's from a bird. I don't know if anybody in here has ever had sandhill crane, but he said it was downright delicious. It's
pretty amazing how we revere some animals and then you go to somewhere else in the world or, and then they're like, or, they revere it as a great meal.
Okay. Ribeye of the sky. Thank you, Beardius. I knew, and I did, this was the first I ever heard that. So yeah, would you, and it's illegal to shoot here. I don't know any of the rules. I know in Alaska it is legal. He had a limit of how many he could have. Mayor, would you try that?
Yeah. Okay. Obviously, if it's a legal catch and everything like that, absolutely.
Yeah. So Beardia says if you get a taste, you'll be crawling in the bush for him. All right, interesting. I would love him. I would love that. Okay. Watch Meat Eaters on Netflix. He catches and cooks them. Okay. All right. I'm interested. I've not tried alligator jerky. Mary, have you ever had anything alligator? I know they sell it like kind of like gimmicks
I think I've had it as an appetizer, kind of like similar to calamari. And it really does taste like chicken. It's really good.
Interesting. What about frog legs?
Also, I've tried both. Alligator and frog legs are both gonna just have a little bit higher greasiness than obviously chicken, but very good. I mean, I've never eaten. I had more alligator than I've had frog legs. Frog legs was to say I tried it. And for I like escargot, snails, stuff like that. A little bit.
Cool. Yeah, I've had escargot. Disgusting. Oh my goodness gracious. Terrible. Never ever again. Michael asked me a good question about a preservative. It's up on the screen. And in washes and co-washes, it is one of the best preservatives out there. When you find like research and stuff, they're like, oh, it'll give you cancer. At extreme uses, they've found some different things. This is at a very small level. It is one of the best preservatives that's out there. It is a really, really good one. It does the job really, really well. A bunch of really big, well-respected companies use that one. All right, Everett says, I got you, Dan. I'll send you some gator jerky. Okay, that one I would do it 100%. I would do it, but I'd be a little bit nervous. There.
It'd have to be like a Cajun spice. You like Cajun?
I love Cajun. Yeah, I pronounce it right, but I love Cajun. Love. Now, what if somebody were to say to you, what is the most adventurous food that you have ever consumed? What would be your answer, Mayor?
Do you have one loaded? Because I have to think about it.
I don't know. I've had buffalo with you.
How about you guys out there? What is your most wild catch? And maybe one will occur to me. I've never I drew the line. I draw a line at Rocky Mountain oysters. I'm not playing that. I don't need to eat any kind of genitals of any living thing. No, thank you. I know that. Well, I guess maybe cow tongue, and I didn't know what it was. But my dad's a farm boy, and you eat every part of the cow. And when I was a kid, they give us stuff or cow brain, and they said just a little bit, and they'd say, "What do you think of it?" And then they tell you what it is.
Oh yeah, I don't like that game. No. Chris, company to be named later, said cobra and shark. Wow. Cobra, interesting. So I'm not a big adventurous guy. Okay, so Andrew says ants. I've had crickets and I've had mealworms when I was on vacation, and I liked both of those, especially the mealworms.
We got a cricket guy at our school,
Yeah, formerly he sold all of his stuff. Yeah, I've had a long conversation with him on that. Is dermaroll the best way to stretch a non-growing beard? I don't know enough about dermarolling or minoxidil, aka Rogaine, to say. I cannot give you any kind of educated opinion and educated thought on that one. So maybe in the future, it's definitely something that I want to look more into, but I just don't have enough information to say good, bad, best, worst. Sorry, my friend. I don't do it. Do you know what a dermaroller is, Mayor?
I'm piecing it together from your context.
So it's like an aerator for your face. You know how you aerate your lawn?
Yeah.
It's like a little roller, and it's got little needles, and it just you aerate your face.
And that's gonna foster growth of hair.
There's some companies that say they got some science behind it, and
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one.
Ouch is right.
Some people say a waste of money. Some people say it's good. I really don't know. So that's why I stay out of that one. Some people say it's terrible for your skin. They don't use the right needle. If you don't use the right needle size, isn't torture illegal? Here's another question for you guys. Have you ever done anything like acupuncture or moxibustion? Now, Mayor, I know you used to get regular massages. Have you ever done any acupuncture? You still do?
No.
Okay. I was jealous, man. I really need a massage. Like I want like a deep massage.
Yeah. The massages we got were not like relaxation. They were like
right.
drain the lymphatic system.
Right.
bruises sometimes.
Right.
I've never had acupuncture. No, never. Have you?
No. Do you know what moxibustion is?
No.
So that's when they get moxa. It's like a cone of earth. They put it on your skin and then they set it on fire. And the smoke burns down to like a little bit of ash.
One time I tried that when I would get clogged ears. There's like this beeswax cone that you could buy. This is crazy. Maybe this is a little crazy. And you would put the cone in your ear. You light the end.
I heard of that.
But down, and that so the flame kind of brings out the some of the moisture, trying to unpop your ears or whatever.
I've heard of that.
Just don't fall asleep while doing it.
Did you do it?
I did, yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
I don't know if it was like amazing.
All right, it's called ear waxing or ear candling.
Yeah. It's
Interesting.
crazy. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, James? Another one of the all-stars from the group. James started the Video Tuesday, if I remember correctly, right?
I believe that's true, but we got to be careful. Well, or it could be Jim. You got to be careful with that. We don't want to say. What's that?
That's James right here.
Oh, it is. Okay, you called him. Yeah. Yeah, he did start Video Tuesday. You're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, it's not James. It's Jim.
Yeah. Somebody asked me if I've heard of cupping. Of course, I'm a swimmer. All right, Michael Phelps made it famous and all that stuff. So, yeah, 100%. I've heard of cupping. And James, Jim. Yeah, that's a good one. Forgot what I was talking about. My mouth's on fire again. Cupping was interesting. Didn't really feel better. I've not done any of that stuff. I went to a chiropractor once because I couldn't walk anymore. He crinkled me up so quickly. Apparently my hips were out of line. Your hips are supposed to be going the same direction. I had one that was like, and he like put me up against this board, and it had like a spot that stuck out near my hips, and he just went, and he like jacked my back into it, and it would like click, 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 click. And then I like stood up and I was like, oh, and my whole body was relieved.
Hey, Kevin. Hey, so my massages were at a chiropractor's office. So she would like, same thing with my hips. She would take a towel, tie it around my leg, and she could just go, bah! And like pull my hip back in. Yeah. Yeah. It was crazy. And you'd feel like, and then it'd be like, good to go.
No. He asked me, "Is like, can I get your neck?" I was like, "No, get away from my neck. I don't like that." Do you use butter during the day? I normally do not. If I'm having a bad beard day, I will, but normally I do not. What about you, Mayor?
I hit it up. I do a lot of control issues with this front little beard wisp thing. So I'll hit it up for that if I don't have a balm available. And sometimes I just like it as a refresher, even if it's just for the scent.
Yeah, for sure. Have you used burdock oil or emu? I've used burdock root oil, and yes, love that. Emu oil, we actually probably discussed it right before you came in. What's up, Bearded Bosnian? Love emu oil. The mayor and myself both love them. All right, so let's describe this jerky for everybody because that's one of our highlights here. So this is the Baki Brothers Carolina Reaper jerky. It's hot. And Terry, hello, Terry. Hope you're doing well, man. Terry, we got an anniversary coming up soon. My first video for Norseman was on Father's Day, and it was a surprise. So Father's Day is coming up. This is definitely on the drier side. It's not bone dry, where it like draws the moisture out of you, but it's not wet. It's not like my fingers get dirty or anything. Whew. It is hot though. It's at that level where I don't think I'll have trouble on the toilet tomorrow, but I want to finish the whole thing. So, yes, me and Terry are celebrating our anniversary this year. Oh, yeah. All right.
So, Dan, you got me into a show this last week. You know which one?
Oh, yeah. 60 Days In. Let us know in the chat, guys, if you watch 60 Days In.
It's what a ride,
Oh.
I will say, pretty much having to be inside all the time, I'm like, looking at some of the way they change, drawing parallels to being at home.
Yeah. Yeah, oh man, I finished everything. Like I'm done with 60 Days In. I don't know if they're making more, but I'm done. I finished it. Oh my goodness gracious. Is it on Netflix? I don't know. I watched it on Hulu. So I don't think it's on Netflix. The mayor and I have a server kind of deal too. What do you watch it on the server? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Oh man, it's
what's it about? Tell them what's the premise. What is this?
Yeah. So the premise of 60 Days In is a sheriff wants to get better intel on their jail, not a prison, it's a jail. And so the sheriff and the sheriff deputy and maybe one guard know these 6 to 7 participants. Nobody else knows, not the other inmates, not the other guards. And that's important because the guards are being monitored at all times to see what they're doing wrong. And it's crazy how much they become these inmates within 60 days. It's also amazing.
It's you have your favorites, you have the ones you dislike, you have things that you just don't know how they're gonna react. Like they go like do some crazy nutso stuff.
Oh, and there's some like really good ones where you're like, man, that guy is awesome. Then there's some like there's a teacher in the first season and you hate him with a passion. You're like, this is not how teachers are. You're crazy. Like, no. Bill says, love that show, but also have that perspective since I've been in before. Such a true to life show. That's good to know. Like thanks, Bill. That's really cool and interesting that it's like accurate. And that's what I assumed. I've never been to jail. I've been arrested once, and that could be a good story for about 5 minutes from now. Really interesting story, but I've been arrested once, but I did not go into jail. They just brought me in like the police station, and then I was able to get picked up from there. But what were you going to say, Mayor? I apologize for cutting you off.
Oh, I don't know. I just I'm amazed at how much is left up to the inmates themselves as far as like where they sleep and who they room with, and it blows me away. But it kind of makes sense. I get it.
Yeah. No, and as the seasons go on, you'll see. Hey, what's up, Greg? You'll see the inmates like running the show more and more. The last season, season 5, they straight up like it's crazy. The inmates had everything. They completely had everything ran. They really controlled the politics of the place. And I'll come back to my arrested story in just 1 second. But Charles says, speaking of swimming, are you still coaching, Dan? And if so, has the pandemic affected your season? So I am coaching. I announced in December that I was stepping away from summer coaching to focus on this channel. And I don't know if they're going to have a season anyway, but I did step away. The fall is my varsity water polo season. I actually brought this. I don't know if Joe's still in here. But we had to clean out our classrooms, and this was in my classroom. And so I got this in here now. I just had to bring it. I got to show it. People like to give me crap for talking about how proud I am of it, but I ain't got no shame in my game. I worked really. He is here. So Joe, chew on this right there, baby. Michigan Water Polo Association 2018 Michigan Water Polo Coach of the Year. This ain't like region. I did get the regional coach of the year too. This ain't district. I did get that too. This ain't like the east side, the west side. This is straight up coach of the year for the entire state, southern and upper. All right. Yeah. Get it. Go ahead, Joe. Get that screenshot ready, baby. That's real deal. Coach of the year. Got that when I was 29 years old. I thought that was pretty darn impressive. So it's up in the air for the fall. I am hoping we have a polo season, but it's not gearing that way.
Yeah, I gave you a little intel today that I don't know. There's just signs not pointing towards a really big fall athletic season and in school.
Yeah. And thank you, Joe, for getting the screenshot. I look forward to the photoshopping skills that you have there. Hey, David, my StreamYard's not catching up to me right now. It looks like it's lagging a little bit on this side. But man, thank you. That beer guy KC, you're the man. Thank you. You said here for my weekly refill of positivity. Thank you, sir. Great dude. I talk to David on a daily basis about about like cameras and mics and stuff. He loved my camera and he bought the camera I use now. He's like, oh man, I want to get your mic and stuff. So I love anybody that nerds out over like video and audio. Guys, I'm always available to talk. I love talking about that stuff. So we definitely will. So question for you, Mayor. Answer in any way that you feel comfortable, and then I'll lead into me, and I'm going to tell a full-blown story. Have you ever been arrested or close to being arrested, or any good stories with that?
No, never arrested. I know you guys are shocked out there. I have never. I've always kind of tried to at least stay a half step out of it. Some silly stuff in school and all that, but no arrests. I did get pulled over once, and it worked. I got pulled over actually a few times.
Once?
No. Well, twice this happened though. It's funny. It was when I was in a fraternity, so I had my sticker in college, and this guy's the guy that did it is currently like the acting sheriff for Genesee County.
Whoa.
He pulled me over, and how fast you're going. I was running rolls between Bill Naps, and I had to get it from one Bill Naps to the other Bill Naps because our Bill Naps had run out of it. Like how blah blah blah, and then he gives us our like password for the fraternity in the handshake, and he's like, "All right, have a good day." And it was awesome.
What?
So you saw the sticker.
So I have been pulled over like 6 times. I've only been given a ticket once, and the only time I got a ticket was when I got in a terrible accident. So we got a couple. This is story time now. We got a couple stories that I'll veer off on. The one time I got a ticket, I was 18. I was driving on the highway. A semi truck cut me off. I hit the back of the semi truck, and I lost control of my steering. I went head first going into the center median, traumatized cornea, bunch of crazy. Had to go spend time in the hospital, all that stuff. And while I'm in the hospital bed, the police officer comes in. He's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "Dude, this guy cut me off. I couldn't do anything about it." Slam. And he goes, "All right, how fast are you going?" I said, like 75. And he was like, "All right, going through." And then we get done. The car left. It was like a bakery truck, some semi for a bakery. And he was like, "All right, I hate to have to do this, but here's your ticket for speeding." I was like, "What?" I was going 75. He said, "You said that in a report." And I was like, "What? What?" And so I got my only speeding ticket in my entire life was when I got in an accident, because when I filled out the report, I told him I was going 75. I wasn't even thinking. I was laying in a hospital bed. I had pain relief drugs because I had a broken rib, a traumatized cornea, all this stuff. And I was like, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So I got it there, but I've been pulled over a bunch of other times. One time I got pulled over right in front of our school, which, if you guys don't know, I can pretty much see my school from my front porch. And I got pulled over. I pulled into my school, and the officer walked up, and I always drop this. I say, "Hey, I'm a teacher." Somehow I worked that in. One summer I got pulled over on the last day of school. Me and Sam were going up to Mackinac Island, and I always like to drop that I'm a teacher, and it usually gets me out. And I know, I guess I was penalized for being honest. And he pulled me over, and he was like, "Have you?" And it was at like 2 a.m. I was actually leaving a girlfriend's house, not Sam C at the time. And I was leaving a girlfriend's house. Oh, no, it was Sam. Sorry. No. Yes, it was Sam. Sorry, Sam. Yeah, it was Sam's house because I was teaching. And so I was pulling off, and I was like 2 a.m. And he was like, "Have you been drinking tonight?" I was like, "No, I had 2 Mountain Dews specifically." And he goes, "Okay, I'm going to need you to count backwards from 67 to 58. Go." And I'm like, I was super nervous. I was all like distraught. I legitimately had not been drinking, and you'll be sorry. All right. Oh, geez. And he goes, and I messed it up. I was like 67, 66, 65, 64, 60, 62. Oh, shoot, 63. And he was like, "Okay, let's do the alphabet backwards." And I'm like, I couldn't say the alphabet backwards if it was like prime time brain operating. I couldn't do any of that. And I was like, "Can I just take a breathalyzer, please?" And he was like, "Well, can I give you a field sobriety, or I'm going to give you a field sobriety test?" And I was like, "What? Like, there's no reason for you to do that." I said, "I live right here and I work right here. I don't want to be outside of my car doing a field sobriety test because I've had Mountain Dew tonight." I said, just give me a breathalyzer. So I took a breathalyzer, got 0.00000, whatever amount of zeros you get, and he let me go. But I was like, this is crazy, absolutely crazy. Yeah, I can't say the alphabet backwards. So my arrested story. You guys ready for this one? All right. I was in high school at the time. I did not drink in high school. I still have never done a drug in my life. I've never smoked. I've never taken pills. I've never even done heroin. No crack for this guy ever. I know. No heroin here. And so in high school, I hung out with all my friends, and oftentimes high schoolers were drinking, right? And so I became known as the DD. I had a minivan, and I drove my minivan around so I could take people, and it was being safe, and I liked to go hang out with all the people. We were at this party, and my buddy got into a fight with another guy whose house it was, and we were getting ready to leave, and he felt really bad because he broke a vase in this guy's house. So he had some beverages. He went back to the house and pulled out his wallet and was like, I want to pay you for these for this vase. And the guy slapped the wallet out of his hand. I'm like, oh man. My buddy is a skinny dude, but he was a real bad man. And so he rears back and just knocks this guy out cold. So pretty much everyone bust out into a fight in the front yard, and I'm going in there. I'm trying to have like cruise control, and I'm getting a couple shots in. It's wild as wild can be, and it's just a massive fight. Like my group of friends versus like the offensive line from the football team. And so I get them all back in the car, and they're all drunk. I'm trying to get them in the seats and everything. And so I pull off, and as I'm leaving the subdivision, there's a cop car pulling in with their lights on. I'm like, whoo, just missed that one. So I kept going, and all of a sudden, I see the cop car turn around, and it's behind me. And I'm like, all right, here we go. Well, again, I'm sober. I didn't drink at all. So I pull over, and I'm just sitting there, and it's at night. It's pitch black, and they get the little flashlight on us. Another cop car pulls in, and they're just standing there with their flashlights on us. Another cop car pulls in, and they got the flashlight on us. And now there's 4 police officers got their lights on us, and a woman police officer comes over the speaker and was like, driver, please turn off the car, take out the keys, throw them out the window. I'm like, what the heck? Like, we just got in a little high school fight. And they were like, all right, everyone in the car, show your hands. I'm like, okay. And they were like, all right, driver, open the door. And I was like, can I unbuckle? I don't want to reach and like have any problems. And they're like, yes, take your left hand and reach down and unbuckle. So I get out, and they were like, all right, put your hands behind your head, walk backwards to the sound of my voice. Next thing I know, I got my knees kicked out underneath me and have a shotgun literally to the back of my head. They handcuff me, throw me in the back of a cop car, get my buddies out, put them all in separate cars. And then they get in there, and they're like, all right, where's the gun? It's like, what? What are you talking about? Yeah, it was a felony stop. And I know this now because I went through the whole process. And they're like, where's the gun? I was like, no gun here. And they were like, were you guys involved in that fight? I had like a white t-shirt on, had like blood all over and stuff. I was like, of course I was in that fight. Yes. And they were like, all right, we got a call. They said that you guys had a gun. We pull up, we see you leaving the scene, and we stop you. Where's the gun? I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So we are in 4 different police cars, and then they have 2 cars leave, and they put one buddy in with me and then another buddy in with the other guy. And we're sitting in there talking. We're going through it. And my buddy gets in the car. The police officer leaves. And we're like, dude, what are they talking about? Gun? Are you crazy? We don't have no gun. Those cowards saying we had a gun. We just beat them up, blah, blah, blah. Police officer gets back in and is like, all right, let's see what really happened. Like the top of the police car had like essentially like a VCR type looking thing. And they pressed play, and it recorded our conversation, and it was like we're listening to it with the police officer in the car, and it's like, hey, what are you talking about? We don't have a gun. They're like, all right, so you guys really don't have a gun? I'm like, no. So we had to go back to the police station because these kids were underage and drunk and stuff, of course. But I was able to go home with my buddy's parents. So the car I was driving was my buddy's, and it was registered in his parents' name. So I was able to go home with my buddy's parents, and my parents never found out until like 3 years later, 4 years later, when I'm having a drink with my dad at the bar. I'm like, hey, you ready for a crazy story, Dad? And then I tell him this whole story. So it was, we were told that we had a gun.
Wow. That's pretty tricky of them, have you guys talk like that. Fortunately for you, it was the truth.
Right. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. That was pretty crazy. Yeah, no, far from a bad guy. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't doing anything illegal. I just, uh, yeah, it was just a wrong spot at at a wrong time. Hey, Brian Bonds, thank you, my friend. Says, thank for all the YouTube channel and advice. I ordered all the fun stuff from Amazon on my first videos coming soon. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So if anybody doesn't know who Brian Bonds is, he is a good friend of mine. His wife is actually from Michigan, and we're meeting up hopefully pretty soon here when all this craziness goes away. But Brian is actually the original bass guitarist for Florida Georgia Line. And as they grew and were blowing up, he was having a family and kids. He then left the group at that time, but was still producing music for them, still really close with them. And he is now a music teacher, music producer. And the big news is Brian is starting his own YouTube channel, and I've been highly encouraging him to start a Beard Code said, "You've been arrested and had a stream pulled from YouTube." Yeah. I'm in the streets. But I've been highly encouraging Brian to start a YouTube channel for telling young artists how to get going, what to do, who to talk to, what to say, but also help them with like the audio side of things. Brian is actually the guy that helped me mastermind my studio, the acoustics and the sound and everything in my studio. He was the one that I went to and explained anything. So if you guys are a fan of music, especially country music, kind of rock music, Brian Bonds, keep an eye out for that channel, man. He is literally the original bass guitarist of Florida Georgia Line, and somebody I call a good friend.
I've got a little story I can tell.
Yes.
I always have a little, I just have dumb luck. I'm unfortunate. Look at, here, even just being part of this channel is kind of dumb luck for me in a way. But and I went to Western Michigan, and the Central Western weekend is always a big deal. And it, I don't know, Central Michigan versus Western Michigan, the football game. Campus goes crazy, lots of security. And this was Central Western weekend of my freshman year. It was at Western, and my friend came. He had stayed home for school, so he came up and was staying with us. And anyways, it was crazy. Whatever. We, like any dumb freshman, head out of the dorm, wandering, and we have just reasons not to be stopped by the police. So my friend who's from out of town, he has nunchucks. He has nunchucks that he's spinning around, right? And we didn't think anything of it. Well, the overhyped up, campus security made a big deal out of it, and they stopped him. He had been walking up ahead of us, and we had our reasons as at 18 or 19 to not be stopped and having a close conversation with anybody. So as he's getting his nunchuck stop, myself and my suite mate or whatever, we just turn and start walking back up to our dorm. Well, pretty, 4 or 5 steps away. Hey, come back. Hey, you. We start walking faster, never stopped, and just walked up to the dorm. Well, that's as an older individual, I realized that would be a red flag, and I would go after the kids that weren't stopping too. So we go back and we get into our dorm, and we go up to our go up the elevator and go to our room. Well, this guy's pretty fired up, and he watches the video, follows us in the dorm, watches the video for what floor we get off on, watches what room we go into, and comes in, searches the room, searches the refrigerator, and thank every heavenly star that he did search the refrigerator in my suite mate's room, not my room. They thought we were in that room. Had they gone to our room, I could have been Tim Allen too. If you look up how Tim Allen's career at Western went. So they searched my suite mate's room. We were good to go, and that was the end of the day. Had they gone to my room, another story.
Wow. All right, another story. So Phil asks, Dan, am I crazy or to remember you saying Mike Posner would be on the channel sometime? Yes, we had scheduled tentatively Mike Posner for being on the channel. I'm actually the lead guitarist. Oh, sorry, Brian, I messed that up. He was the lead guitarist. Jeez. But Mayor, do you know who Mike Posner is?
Ringing a bell. Yeah.
So he's like a rapper / pop singer type guy. Took a pill and a Ibiza. Now I'm gonna get the stream pulled for copyright because that was so dang accurate and good. But he just recently was really popular because he walked across the country. He was doing it for a cause. I don't remember the cause, but he walked across the country. Well, Mike Posner happens to be from Birmingham, Michigan. He went to Birmingham Groves High School, and this thing right here, the Michigan Water Polo Association Coach of the Year, was handed to me by a guy who is one of my good friends. He is the president of the Water Polo Association. Well, he was the best man in Mike Posner's wedding. They went to Birmingham Groves together, really good friends. And obviously, my buddy knows about the channel. He was like, dude, Mike Posner's got a beard. You want me to connect you guys? I was like, yes. And I was sitting right with him, and he texted me. He's like, hey, here's my buddy's channel. He'd love to have you on. And I got his number and everything, and he was going to make it happen. He was going to be home in Birmingham for a special event. And then, boom, quarantine, lockdown. So, yeah, not good. Sean Law says, as a former LEO law enforcement officer, I'm gonna have to leave the stream. Too many criminals. Hey, I don't blame you. I got that YouTube takedown credit. Yeah, super talented.
You got to be real with who you are. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's really cool. Brian says Posner's super talented. I got to write with him once, and he's one of the nicest, most genuine dudes ever. Dude is a real deal. Brian, did you know he's from Michigan, right from Birmingham, right? Your wife, where she's from, is not far from Birmingham. It's only probably less than 20 minutes away from there. So it's all right, Bluegrass, take care. We got Jerky next week, featured by Bluegrass Bearded, and it looks so good. I am so pumped for that one. Yeah, Brian, yep, he graduated from Birmingham Groves High School. It's literally just a couple exits from if you know where Brian would know DTE, right? The music really popular, really famous place there. He's only a couple exits from there. So yeah, tell her, Brian. She would know. I don't know if you're familiar with Birmingham Groves High School, Brian, but I know for sure your wife would be. So pretty cool. So yeah, man, I definitely want to have on. I want to have on Brian as soon as we can make that happen, and I know Brian does too. And then definitely I want to have Mike Posner on, which would be cool. I've had some really, really cool guests. I've had tons of owners here, of course. And then I've had Josh Coburn. He's a really good motivational speaker and all that stuff. Rival School. Yes. The rival. Oh, Alex is from Birmingham. That's right. Alex, aren't you from Birmingham? I'm almost positive you are. Were you a Seahome boy? You definitely you look like you were a Seahome boy. I could see that one. And then Alex, question for you: did you know Mike Posner went to Birmingham Groves? I forgot Alex was from Birmingham, so that was cool. Mayor, your alma mater. Did you have any famous people that went to your high school?
I don't think so. I mean, me. Is that good enough? No.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty big. Oh, geez. First and foremost, thank you, Joe. That's amazing, man. Thank you for the support and everything. All right, we have a new. Oh my gosh! Wow. Oh, this guy. Oh my goodness gracious.
There we go.
Oh, Joe.
Look at that thing.
He really took a screenshot and just whipped that up.
That's slick.
That is hilarious. Oh my gosh. I got a quick thing here. Sonny said, where'd he go? Sonny said, oiled and buttered, ready for bed. In what other context or what other live stream is that like perfectly normal? Like where else can a grown man say to 100 other grown men, hey, I'm oiled and buttered up, ready for bed?
Maybe if there's like a honey baked ham, like people that are into ham or meat. Other than that, I don't know. Baking, maybe.
Yeah, baking. Yeah, I could see baking. So the what Joe has on the bottom here is DanCBearded talking about Coach of the Year award again. And he did have a nice thing at the top that said tune in to Mayjorly Bearded.
You take that.
Oh man. Thank you, Joe. His Photoshop skills are vicious. Do you have any photos? So if you guys have noticed the pictures on the thumbnails for our streams, they've been done by the mayor and mainly through an app or entirely through an app. What do you think of that? What you like making pictures? You like messing with that stuff?
First of all, Bearded John's asked twice about my favorite products. I just wanted to touch on that real quick. Right now, as far as I like for oils, Beard Octane, Nicholas Beard Works, Chesapeake's amazing. I've just tried the Command co-wash. That's awesome. For butter, I can't beat Detroit Grooming. I don't know what it is about theirs. I love them. So that's what jumps to mind right now at this point. So as far as I got like an app. I don't even remember what it's called, but I like messing around, and I've just been, I don't know about you, but I've got a little bit more time on my hands lately. So I'll take pictures of Dan. I'll steal them off his Instagram and make some little images, and I have a good time with it. It's fun. It's pretty slick.
And what's it called?
I have to look it up. Just a second.
Yeah, I don't even remember it either. He had a free trial, and he made some super cool ones. If you guys have seen like the fire pictures and the gangster ones and stuff, those are from the mayor.
Photo Lab. It's called Photo Lab.
Okay. And I think that's a pretty well-known one.
Yeah.
And guys, it's pretty popular.
Hey, Holly. Holly's here.
She is the girl from A Girl, a Guy in a Garage.
They for the Photoshop I got me started was like Fridays in the Facebook group. We do like the filter shots, filter photos, and I was like looking at some of these guys, had some really cool ones. I think Les or a couple guys just really like using the filters, and I thought it was cool, and it's pretty slick and pretty easy. Amazing what you can come up with.
It is wild how seamless and user-friendly they make it. Charlie says, put a parental advisory next to Monday's stream, Dirty Dan, the reboot. I bet. Sean Lott brings up a good question that I want everyone to participate in here. He says, Dan, you missed my comment. Left for a bit to go to the store. Lady in line looked at me and said, that's a really nice beard. My first stranger compliment. Question for you guys is, what is the best stranger beard compliment you have received? Mayor, have you gotten any compliments in the wild? Not anybody you know, not at work, nothing like that. But it's tougher right now, of course. But have you gotten any beard compliments?
I don't. From somebody who meets me the first time, no, not really, never. But I do initiate myself. Somebody has a good looking beard, I don't hesitate to say something. Like, you know what I mean? Especially having even if it's a short business beard, I feel like I've got at least the credibility to say nice beard, and people aren't going to take it as anything but genuine. So yeah, no, not yet.
Tyson got told nice mask today. I've had several people that have like joked at the store and been like, you look like a bank robber. I'm like, I know. And somebody will bring up stuff and say like, hey, 2 months ago, you would have been arrested or something like that. Nick says, never got a compliment on my beard, but second, I grew out a full handlebar mustache, tons of compliments. Yeah, there are certain things you can do that will draw that in, right? People see that you handlebarred that mustache. You put in that effort. You are intentionally peacocking. You're intentionally showing off a little bit. And so they now feel comfortable acknowledging that. Because sometimes they're like, you don't want to compliment some. So this is the fear, right? Let's get into the human psyche here. People fear giving compliments. They fear giving compliments more to women. They fear giving compliments because they don't want it to come off as creepy. They don't want to think that they're trying to pick them up. They fear giving compliments to guys because they don't want guys to act like they're too tough or too cool for it, Sonny, I saw that Dan C shirt, man. That was awesome. And especially bearded guys, because oftentimes we have the stereotype or the reputation of being like tough bikers, hard. And so a lot of people are hesitant to give a beard a compliment because you don't know how someone's going to respond. And I unfortunately have had bad instances where I've given someone a compliment on their beard and they were not so kind to receive that compliment, which was such a bummer. So I think the people that when you really receive compliments is when you show that it's intentional, that this beard is on purpose. And the longer my beard's gotten, the better the compliments, the more frequent the compliments have had. And you guys have had some good ones out there. Brian said, when I had the big beard or big eared, the lady said, I usually don't like beards, but yours looks very clean and well groomed. I get that a lot. I get your beard is really well taken care of, or your beard, I'm not a big fan of beards, but it works well on you. So I thought that was really cool. I've had a few of those. I went from 4 inches to the mare's length. The quarantine, quite the opposite. Other people who let it grow. Okay. Yeah. Quarantine is a time. I have what I call my quarantine stash. In the school, mayor did make a comment on my beard when I walked in, because I didn't have my mask on because they didn't tell me I had to, so I didn't want to wear it. And when I walked in, one of the office ladies with all the admin and everyone right there said, oh, by the end of this, how long is it going to be? And I said, hopefully belly button.
Doesn't she know you're going for width? Come on, you can tell. Like, look at your videos through the last 6 months. It's just like,
that's the goal. World Championship, baby. World Championship. How did you groom during the quarantine? Same way. Same way. I haven't really changed much other than maybe washing a little bit more. How much do the students and your school know about the beard? Everything, Michael. I present on career day about my channel. I do announcement videos. I'm extremely open. It's really... since you're now rocking the massive quarantine, yeah, it's now. I don't think there's a corner of our school that doesn't know about the beard and the channel.
I would say that's true.
All right, good question for you guys here. With a mustache, what is the most challenging thing to eat? For me, at this length, this stash is crazy. I'm gonna give you guys an up close. Everything's really challenging. I need to use utensils for everything. When I eat pizza, I use utensils. When I have a burger, I use utensils. I know that's not super manly. That's not like what a guy's supposed to do. But I don't eat soup. I don't really, or I do, but it sucks. I got to wash my beard after. I don't like sauces. I don't like things that are going to like drizzle like some Cajun seasoning on me or anything like that. Jalapenos sauce can be tough. What about you?
Anything saucy is... I gotta be extra careful. And I know I'm not really well trained with it, so my family doesn't hesitate to point some areas of concern out if I'm holding a little barbecue here or there. It happens a lot.
Yeah, it is. I get guys that are like, I can't get past that that stage. It's not easy to eat. I'm like, it doesn't get easier. Like this mustache is a hurdle, man. It is tough to eat anything, but I break it down into small pieces. I really make it work the best I can. If it doesn't, I just embrace it and then I wash it afterwards. There's just some things for me that it's worth it. We talked about on Monday. It's a lot more challenging to kiss your wife. It's a lot more challenging to sleep at times, right? I'm now at the point where I'm sleeping and I'll catch my beard in my armpit.
Ooh.
How crazy is that? Like I'll be rolling over here, have my head up, and I'll go to turn, and look at that. Straight up in my armpit.
That's a beard struggle.
Yeah, it's tough. Sneezing is a challenge, much more than it is before. You never know. I caveman and eat it. Oh my gosh. So listen to this. Tyson, how many pounds you pushing? Where you at on those LBs, baby? Where those LBs at? Tyson, I'm guessing is 185. I'm going in the 185 range. We'll see what he says here. This dude on Sunday in did we get a time? Anybody know the time? But this dude, 143. Whoa, he's even smaller than I thought. Oh my gosh. That's crazy, Tyson. All right, so he weighs 143 pounds, and he just went to the doctor. All right. That's crazy. I'm 226 on a good day. 7 minutes. That was my guess. In 7 minutes, are you ready for this, Mayor? He consumed 4 Big Macs and 40 chicken nuggets.
Wow.
4 Big Macs and 40 chicken nuggets. But wait, and he beat everybody by like more than half. Everybody else had Big Macs left, their nuggets left. He then went in and ate a 5th one just to flex on him, and then started eating ice cream, and then was eating something else.
Wow.
Dude!
It
was crazy.
That's huge. That's impressive.
Yeah. Mayor, what beard struggles do you have? I just went over my laundry list from being clean shaven. You're one of the most recent to clean shaven experience in this room right now. What is your struggles as compared to when you were clean shaven? We know all the great things, but what is something that you're like, yep, this is more challenging?
Getting like the catch, taking a bite of something and getting mustache hair in the corner of your mouth, whatever. As far as that goes, as far as look, like the look of it, I still struggle down here, my little chin curtain here. This guy, like all day today, he was just like, I don't know if it was humidity or what, but he was like, whoop, I'm hanging out like crazy. But I'm trying to fight that with just letting it get longer and kind of just settle down. Since the no haircut kind of thing, kind of trying to work this out. And keep, just the look of with longer hair and the look without a hat. So those are the things I think about the most, I think.
Yeah, valid. Dan C, does your beard mess with your posture, hurt your neck and back? No. It doesn't weigh that much, I don't think so. No, not that I've noticed. I don't have great posture to begin with, but nah, it ain't that bad. Terry says, I just pretend the beard and stash are filters. Well, that's what they are. That's what they're designed for. So, Brian Carter brings up a good one. I don't know if you've experienced this, Mayor, but when you have one mustache hair, so your mustache hairs are all like trying to go down, you have one that wants to go up your nose, and it just sits there and tickles your nose, and you'll get it tucked in, right? You'll snatch it between a couple other hairs, and then it'll go doink and get back up in there again.
Just doesn't play ball.
That's a good one, Brian. Or I've talked about this before. On a can of pop, if you catch a mustache hair in this little pop top, oh my goodness. I would rather step on a case of Legos than catch my mustache hair in the corner of one of these. Wow, does that hurt? Oh, so it hurts. Dan, are you good at running? Oh, Sonny. I knew you were funny, man, but I didn't think you were that. Am I good at running? I'm good at running a classroom. I'm good at running a YouTube channel. I'm good at running a household. I'm even good at running water. Like, I'm pretty darn good at that. But if you're talking about a can of Coke, yeah, right, Brian. My Mountain Dew Coke. If you're talking about like getting your feet off the pavement and running, no, there is nothing even remotely close to good that's associated with me running. Yeah, good at running my mouth.
Me too. Yeah, I'm like running my mouth. I'm too good. Sometimes it runs faster than my brain.
The mayor's a pro at running his mouth.
Yeah,
like you wind him up, and the mayor will just go. He'll just go, especially after 10 o'clock. But no, am I good at running? No. So here we'll give you an example, and very few people would be on this side with me. I would rather swim 3 miles than run 3 miles. Truly, if you said, Dan, you have to do this for whatever, to keep your house, run 3 miles or swim 3 miles, I would rather swim 3 miles. And there's very few humans that would they may say that because they like swimming more than they like running, but there's very few people that would ever do that. Most people don't have any concept of how far 3 miles is. James, can I ride a bike? I do know how to ride a bike. Am I any good at it? Is it anything I do regularly? No. But I will say, Mr. James, Mr. Jim, whichever one you're going to go by tonight, sir. I just had my Mayor's singing again. I just had my inseams measured for a new custom bike as a gift from my father-in-law. So it was my birthday recently, and his gift for me was to get a new custom bike. And kind of moral of the story, he's going to get the whole family bikes this year. Everybody's birthday present is a bike, so we'll get it at the same time, but it's like a rainy day fun check. So I am going to get a bike. Do I know anything about it? No, I know nothing. No brand. I used to know, all I knew as a kid is we talked about like how many gears it was. Like I got a 6-speed. Like, oh.
I'll give you a tip though. I gotta hook you up with my bike underwear guy. I got a pair that are just special for men riding a bike. Because if you haven't been on a bike seat and tried to go a while, and I'm sure Jim knows about this or has it, but it has like padding on the inner thighs and some special areas. Because otherwise, it's just not enjoyable. If my groin's on fire, I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys are the same way, but. Yeah.
I have not been on a bike in I'm 32 years old now. That's crazy. Or am I 31? No.
I'm 32.
I'm 32. Yeah, I'm 32 years old. I have not been on a bike in at least half my life, 16 years. Yeah, at least. So I'm getting a real deal, custom fit bike. I don't have to pay for it. I would never buy a bike right now, but I will accept it as a gift, which I think here, when people ask what are gifts, this is my perfect answer. A gift is something that somebody would want but not buy for themselves.
I like that.
That's what I believe is a gift, right? My first ever gifted beard oil was Old Money from Beard Brand. I wouldn't buy it because it was $40, but I really wanted it because I had a sample of it. My father-in-law, once again, I got trends here. He bought me Beard Brand's Old Money as a gift.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm a biking fool. Did you know I had a paper route back when like that was a real like throw it up on the porch, paper route, collect.
You've said this.
So I had a milk crate. I had a milk crate on the front of my bike, like cable tied on, and I had a basket on the back, the back fender, back wheel. You want to talk about learning how to balance? Run that thing around the neighborhood every morning. It's good. Like I had that thing where no hands, I could go. I mean, I really did enjoy riding a bike and all that stuff. So, the hard thing with kids though is like you get that bike and you want to just test it out, and you got to wait for everybody to get on board with that process, and it's hard to just get up and go when you're as a family. Unless you get one of the trailer things or whatever.
Right. Yeah, that's how our walks go. That's how life goes. We're just waiting for some pooky person from behind. So yeah, it's I have no idea what to expect, but I'm not buying it. So I'm cool with it. What kind of riding do you plan on? I have zero plans. I have no idea. Like I have no idea. And did you like Old Money? I love Old Money. It's one of my first loves in beard products. I love it. Violet getting a bike? No. Violet gets the shaft. Like Sam made 2 adult Adirondack chairs, me and her, and then she made Maddox and Jax one. And she was like, "Should I make Violet one?" And I was like, "No, she can't sit in it." So she'll make it next year. But she's Violet's doing good. Anybody's curious? She's super happy, man. It's crazy. I get to hang out with her like so much, pretty much all day. Let Sam go, water her flowers, work on her woodworking and stuff. And Violet is the most smiley baby of all time. She just smiles all day. She giggles, she laughs. She's in a great mood all the time. Later, Beardy, it's Maximus. That makes me want to watch the movie Gladiator. Aurelius, Maximus, Decimus. Have you seen that movie?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so good. Are you not entertained? Now I'm gonna get taken down again.
I knew a big old dog named Maximus. He was like I think gosh, what was he? A Mastiff,
Oh,
Mastiff.
yeah.
He was Maximus. Like that was a good name for him. He was a big dude.
Yeah, this sums up like so many areas of my life right here, David. I watched this movie, Rad, when I was a kid, begged for a BMX, got one, broke my face more times than I could count, quickly realized I am not a pro BMX rider. Oh my gosh, like if I could count the amount of times I've done something like that where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get really nice golf clubs. Like I'm gonna get the nice ones because that helps you be better at golf. No, it doesn't. You need to be good at golf for that to make any difference first.
No, that's on the other end of things.
Yeah, for sure. Joshua Rick says, what kind of hat is that? So I went over this hat earlier. It's a buffalo hat. Really nice, really cool. You can see how big my melon is there. For those of you guys that have snapback hats, look at how big my snapback head is. That boy is on a hinge. And that's how I wear it. Like it's not loose. This is my normal hat. Like I have a massive melon. And it just a huge head. It's from Walmart, Joshua Ricks. It was a $5 hat at Walmart. Vinny G says, well, it's time to hit the sack. Work comes early. It was my pleasure to share some jerky. It's bad boy stories. We did talk about bad boy stories. Top 3 jerky. It is so good. Really, really good. Like genuinely good. This is one, if I want a heat experience, I'm going to it.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It was a
free shipping too, guys. The Baki brothers. So if you want to try some heat, this will give it to you. I'm definitely going to be going to the bathroom after this stream in case anybody was curious. That heat activates that. We talked about that before.
Things moving.
Yeah. All right, and I think final topic for tonight, since it fits with the name here. Last Dance final thoughts, Dan. Mayor, have you finished The Last Dance yet?
No, because it turned into a family thing. I don't know if I don't think she's watching, but it turned into a family thing. So now like we got to get her and Owen all in the same room. So I'm still like stuck on episode 4.
I
know. And I'm hearing all these things about stuff happening and getting spoilers. It's kind of hard, but I'm not, I got to stay with the family.
Yeah.
Are you done or have you?
Oh, I'm done. Oh yeah. It's too good. I couldn't wait on those ones. My overall thoughts is Michael Jordan is a monster. He is in a great way. Like how the kids say like, oh, that's sick, in a great way. I love his relentless pursuit of perfection. It motivates me beyond belief. When I watch that, I just want to go down and work on the channel. Like it makes me want to be a better YouTuber. It makes me want to have better videos, better content. I'm a competitor. In my heart, in my soul, above all, I am a competitor. The mayor knows me really well and knows like that drives me. And seeing Michael Jordan be at the level that no one ever has been of competition and wanting to beat you at everything, wanting to take your soul, wanting to remind you about it. Oh, man, I loved it. I'm going to watch that thing on repeat for motivation. Loved it. Oh, yeah, the flu game. So have you heard about this yet?
I knew about that before, but
You knew about the twist?
No, I don't think I know the twist. I know that he played his best games in the playoffs through the flu, but
so everybody knows that, right? Dropped 45 points, I think it was, and stuff. Do you want to hear the twist or you want to wait?
Go ahead, twist.
As you're twisting the top off, I see what you did there. So the way The Last Dance pitched it was that Michael Jordan's trainer ordered pizza to their hotel room. Somehow Michael Jordan's name was involved on this ordering process. They opened the door, and when they opened the door, there were 5 people, 5 guys, not 5 guys, the Burger Shack, but 5 males, all there gawking, ready to meet Michael Jordan. Well, everybody else that was in the room with Jordan, his security and all that stuff, they were like, hey, man, don't eat that pizza. Well, Michael Jordan ate the pizza, and at like 2 a.m. woke up throwing up, thought he was going to die, food poisoning. So now they're saying that game was a food poisoning game and not a flu game.
That was an away game, right? So it could have been.
Yes.
So people could have been like locally trying to take down their star. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the pizza guy has come out and said, I delivered him that pizza. There was nothing wrong with that pizza.
I don't know.
But yeah, in the Jordan, the Kobe, everything, all those debates will rage on forever. Like maybe LeBron has more skilled, all this, blah, blah, blah. Jordan was at a level of competitiveness that we've never seen. He lost in the final, or he lost in the playoffs. The next day, he told his trainer, be there. I'm putting on pounds. I'm getting bigger. I'm getting stronger. I'm getting faster, and made his teammates better. He challenged them and wanted guys to be with him. I love, oh man. That series, I'm going to watch it front to back one of these days and just continue to go through. Yeah, the Utah game was crazy, and Utah was good. Think about that squad. John Stockton, all-time leading assist, right? And Karl Malone, who was the MVP. Karl Malone got the MVP of the regular season over Jordan, and Jordan was like, I'm going to show them that they messed up, right? They're going to feel this. They're going to know what happened. And it's, oh, goodness.
I remember being super pumped when I opened my Skybox pack and had Carl, the mailman, right there on the top. Ooh. Did you? Yeah, Skybox.
Yeah. And the mailman. And he was a large human. Like, he was big, nimble, aggressive, and such one of the most well put together series of all time. Like, so good. So good.
Very needed right now. So that's I'm fired up for it. Last week you guys led me to the wood turning, and I enjoyed that. And there was all sorts of stuff that I enjoyed. I really appreciated that.
And Devin, I was just getting ready to say this. I cannot wait for the Kobe documentary, because so much of what Kobe did was basing his game off of Jordan, off the respect, but he was also relentless. Like, one of my favorite Kobe stories was from Jay Williams, point guard from Duke, point guard for the Bulls, got in the terrible motorcycle accident. And he tells a story. He goes, yeah, we had a game. He's like, it was home. Kobe was away. LA was coming to Chicago, and I think it was away. And I went to the gym early because I wanted to get some shots up. And when I was there, Kobe was already working out. He goes, he was on the court, and he goes, he didn't just start. He was in a full sweat. And he wasn't just going with little warm-up shots. He said he was doing game-like actions, game-like moves, was getting exhausted. He goes, I did my normal workout, and I stayed. I kept going because I wanted to work out longer than Kobe. He said I couldn't do it. I had to leave, and Kobe was still going. He goes, Kobe dropped 50 on us that night. After the game, I went up to him. I wanted to pick his brain. I was like, Kobe, why would you do that? Why would you work that so much before the game? Why would you put yourself through that? And Kobe looked at him and said, I saw you watching me, and I could not let you think that you were working harder than me.
Yep. Oh. It's going to be hard without having him, there to do. If you did a documentary on him, it loses when you don't have, like with Jordan, he told some stories, and he, without Kobe there to do that, it'll be different. But if the right person could do it really well, I'm sure.
Right. And Bobby, I think so. We sent the mayor a bunch of different ways, and the mayor was checking out different channels and different things. He would send me stuff, and he's like, man, this is really cool and stuff. So that was cool. We definitely went in that rabbit hole of YouTube last week.
Yes. Yeah, my phone died, so I can't. I'm not operating with all my resources, so I didn't get to see that chat. But yeah, I think he let me. There's a bunch on a guy who does the mouse, had mice. I was telling you about it, Dan, that had all the mice in the shed and built these more and more and more elaborate mazes for him, and the shrew was really good at it, and I got sucked into that for quite a while.
Oh yeah, the internet's a wild place. You can find so much. Love that. Jason Tatum said, well, Paul Pierce told me to do this. And Kobe said, how many rings does he have? Oh, that's so good. And yeah, if Jordan didn't leave for baseball, many believe he would have won 8. Stephen A. Smith, take it for what it's worth. Everybody knows he's kind of aggressive and blah, blah, blah. He said they would have won 10. And Jordan believes that they could have won 10. So that's wild. And it's kind of like the history teacher in me. What if? what if this happened? What if this happened? And I love to think about those past. All we know is we got to witness greatness. 6 for 6 finals, 6 for 6 finals MVP, without question, the finals MVP there. Just a monster. And the thing I love most about Jordan, his weakest ability going into the pros was his shooting. He was not a great college shooter. It became his biggest strength. His most clutch moments was his shooting, the mid-range, the long game. He was also a defensive player of the year, all defensive NBA. Like, just, yeah, love that. I could go on forever, but he was just, yeah, incredible. It's my inner self wants to be Jordan's like cutthroat mentality there. All right, guys, we are approaching 11. This is, hey, Mick, what's up, buddy? This is late for us. The mayor's about to get extra loopy, so we got to let him off there. Mayor, I want to say thank you for that view. That was beautiful, man. That was seriously beautiful. I had no idea you had it like that up there. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, I say, I don't know if you guys can hear him, but the frogs, I say we let them, we say goodbye with the frogs. If you can get the ambiance a little bit, we'll go like a 5-second moment of frog sounds. And guys, again, thank you for having us here. At MayorsBeardedJourney on Instagram, that's me. At DanCBearded on Instagram. We are on Facebook. Check out the Commands Corner group. And that's all I got to say. It was a pleasure getting to share this special place to me with you guys who are part of a special place as well for me.
Absolutely. Mayor, thank you for making it happen, even when you're up north. All right, guys, I'm going to mute myself. We're going to go out with the frogs, and hopefully I'll see you guys on Monday. Video coming on Friday, another rebranding video from a company from the UK. And then on Sunday, big video. Very excited for that one. All right, guys, thank you for everything. Have a great night. Eat some jerky, drink some dew.